Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Stews here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I'm going to be doing a review on DreamWorks' Abominable. So, Abominable is the second DreamWorks film to come out in 2019, aka the greatest year ever. With the other one being How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. And yeah, of course, like what I just said, it came out in the year 2019 and is directed by Jill Colton and it stars Chloe Bennett, Albert Sy, Eddie Izzard, Sarah Paulson, Joseph Izzo, Tenzing Norgay trainer, Chai Sin, Michelle Wong, James Hong, etc. And so the film tells a story of a teenage girl named Yi, who is living a pretty not so good life as she recently lost her father, and now is like stuck with living with her mother and grandma. She works to raise money, no matter how bad the job is. No, not raise, but rather make money. She does things for the money, but one day she finds Everest, yeti who is lost and has apparently escaped a science facility where a businessman named Mr. Burnish wants to prove the world that yetis exist. Since he has discovered yetis himself as a child. So as Everest desperately wants to go home back to Everest, Yi alongside her friends Jin and Peng, they both go on an adventure to the Everest to return Everest home. And at the same time, the same government, Mr. Burnish's henchmen, alongside zoologist Dr. Zara, go after the Yeti, willing to bring him back to yeah, you know. So guys, I gotta say, happy 5th anniversary to Abominable. Yes, guys, today Abominable celebrates its 5th anniversary, and today is also the day when a new DreamWorks movie comes out in the theaters. But unfortunately, guys, I won't be able to see The Wild Robot until October 10th. The movie does not come out in 2 weeks from now in my country. And to be honest, guys, I think I'll have to wait until like 2 weeks time to see that film instead of watching the film like online at home just to review it and then watch it later on in the theaters. No, I am just going to wait. Why, you may ask? Because I just have other things to do, other movies to watch, and I don't really have time for it. But hey, at least I get to review a DreamWorks film, and I'm actually going to be reviewing some DreamWorks films leading up to The Wild Robot, specifically The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots: Last Wish. A redo review of Puss in Boots: Last Wish. Two other DreamWorks films that used the Spider-Verse animation style, the stylized. Yeah, you may argue that Captain Underpants was also stylized, but I'm actually saving my Captain Underpants review for Dogman before that releases. So it's just the Bad Guys movie review. As much as I want to review the Bad Guys, leading at the Bad Guys 2, I think I'll just do it sooner. And also Puss in Boots 2, a movie that I initially reviewed on my channel, but mainly as an out of theater reaction. But yeah, it wasn't really a proper review, and plus it's quite outdated. So yeah, I will make a much better review for you. But now let's talk about. But right now, guys, I am going to be talking about this film right here that is celebrating its 5th anniversary. This DreamWorks gem. Now, yes, I know I don't talk about DreamWorks animated DreamWorks movies on my channel, but that's mainly because I don't really I haven't been rewatching a DreamWorks film lately. I don't know why, but I just felt a little burnt out by DreamWorks after disaster that was Trolls Band Together, which was an absolute crime against humanity. And even though I did review the Kung Fu Panda films and you know all that stuff, I just haven't really been thinking about DreamWorks films lately. Yeah, but recently I did reconstruct my ranking of all DreamWorks movies on my Letterboxd, and I am going to be doing a top 10 best DreamWorks movies after I see Wild Robot, and top 5 worst DreamWorks films, probably sooner than my top 10 best DreamWorks films too. So yeah, there's going to be that. And yeah, now, yes, oh yeah, also another thing about the update for DreamWorks films, I am going to be also reviewing the How to Train Dragon trilogy in October, late October, for Harry Thomas's birthday, specifically How to Train Dragon 3, but I will review the first two films like before Harry Thomas's birthday, and then the Dragons 3 in Harry Thomas's birthday. But yeah. Now as for Abominable, yeah, I know this is basically a side project for DreamWorks, because their main project in 2019 was, well, How to Train Dragon: The Hidden World, and Abominable was in the side. And I remember loving this movie when it came out. I was actually really excited for this film when I saw a trailer, because this movie actually genuinely looked very promising from the trailer. It showed just so much intrigue and promise. Yeah, and when I saw it, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing, and I started to love it a lot even more when I rewatched it in both 2020 and 2021. But I actually have not I haven't seen this film in a while, since either one of those 2 years. Yeah, actually, I haven't really seen it rewatch it since, I guess, 2021. So it's been like 3 years or 4, believe it or not, yet since I did. And so yeah, for its 5th anniversary, I got a chance to revisit this film right here, and yeah. And yes, guys, I gotta say, after rewatching it, I gotta say, yes, guys, this movie, I still love it as much. Okay, maybe not as much as giving it a perfect rating. Because yes, guys, the movie is not flawless. It's not perfect by any means. But damn, is this movie it's just so good, though. Abominable is not only one of the most underrated DreamWorks films, but it is the best post How to Train Dragon 3 DreamWorks film. And I mean, yes, this movie is better than all of the 2020s DreamWorks movies combined. Yes, I will say, even though I have not seen The Wild Robot yet, I already know The Wild Robot will become my new favorite DreamWorks film of the 2020s decade. Because let's be real here, I haven't been anticipating my I haven't been this excited for a DreamWorks film since well, God knows when. I guess How to Train Dragon 3. But yeah, yes, I will admit that, yes, I remember I did have some concerns with The Wild Robot upon reviewing the second trailer, but now I have more faith in The Wild Robot now after hearing all those glowing reviews. Although I know it won't be as good as Inside Out 2. But anyways, yeah, let's get into Abominable. Yes. But the point I'm trying to make is that while I have not seen The Wild Robot yet, as of now, Abominable is actually my favorite DreamWorks films after How to Train Dragon 3. I prefer it over any of the 2020s DreamWorks films so far. It's better than it kicks a living crap out of Trolls World Tour and Trolls Band Together. It's way better than that painfully overrated the Cruise A New Age. Better than that disgrace to its predecessor, that is Spirit Untamed. Way better than Boss Baby Family Business. Yeah, slightly better than The Bad Guys, and even Puss in Boots: Last Wish. Yes, guys, I am going that far with how much I dug this film. I think this movie is better than Puss in Boots: Last Wish, and also better than Ruby Gillman Teenage Dragon 2. Now, yes, like what I said a few seconds ago, I don't love it as much as I did a couple of years ago, but it still holds up as such an amazing and underappreciated gem of a film. Now, yes, before I get into any details, all the positives on why I love this film, I want to get the negatives out of the way first, because yes, like I said, I do have some flaws with the film. Now, yeah, my one flaw with the film is the villains. This film does have villain issues. Now, I don't think Dr. Zara is a bad villain. Like, as she's not a crappy villain. I think she's serviceable when it comes to like her looks and her intimidation. I think she looks kind of gorgeous, not gonna lie, and yeah, she was intimidating. Also, I love how when she puts her hair down, she kind of looks like a Merida from Brave. Yeah, I really like that. But the writing was where her weakness was. She is a zoologist working for Mr. Burnish to bring back the Yeti to his lab. She was introduced in the film as someone who cares about the animals and wants to bring Everest back safe and alive without hurting them. But then all of a sudden, she behind Jin's back when Jin was trying to eavesdrop Dr. Zara. Dr. Zara was like apparently, oh, I'm gonna hurt the Yeti. I'm going to kill the Yeti. But bro, like you're a zoologist. You. It seems believable that you have a care affection for animals. Why all of a sudden that do you just actually want to kill the animals this whole time? And isn't Mr. Burnish the big bad here? The one who wants to capture the Yeti and harm him, but then Dr. Zara does not want to. Why all of a sudden like just Dr. Zara is the big bad out of nowhere? I mean, I think Dr. Zara should have just remained a henchman or. Yeah. Also, the Mr. Burnish's redemption arc, it did not work for me. Now, I'm a sucker for redemption arcs or storylines from villains, but Mr. Burnish's redemption arc felt very forced and unnecessary. Like seriously. But other than those minor villain issues, I loved everything else about the film. Yes. I get that people criticize this movie for being unoriginal, and despite having some positive ratings, there are some people who either forgot about this movie already or just don't like this film because of just how unoriginal it is. It is a story that you have heard many times before. Kid or teenager finds a big animal that's on the loose and wants to bring the animal home, and then the government wants to capture the animal. Yes. Yeah, but not every story that sounds familiar is a bad story. And it doesn't automatically make a bad movie. Abominable is one of those films where a cliched story, a story that you've heard of many times before, is actually well executed. And yeah, now what makes this movie so fascinating, and what makes it stand out from some of the other recent DreamWorks films, is how mature it is. Yeah, sure, no, it's definitely not a deep or intellectual film like The Prince of Egypt or a bunch of Walt Disney Animation Studios or Pixar films. Not that kind of mature, but it is a film. This movie is a film that actually treats its kids with respect. No goofy babyish humor, no fart jokes, or no oh, I'm so cool and hip. No cartoony or overly over exaggerated animation. It's a simple and harmless film that's somehow heartwarming. In fact, the movie being heartwarming is what is what made the execution to an unusual storyline work. Yeah, the film did warm my heart, and just as a result of an animated film like this not having any toilet humor, lowbrow humor, fart jokes, and it's like in a way mature. It actually it actually just it just feels so good to watch an animated film like this. And keep in mind, the DreamWorks side projects would actually be dumb enough to include the fart humor. Yeah, look at 2016 for example. With DreamWorks having Kung Fu Panda 3 as their big film, and then they made Trolls as their side project. But Trolls is an abomination upon nature. It's a film that has fart jokes, babyish jokes, toy humor. It's pretty much a film that represents everything wrong with animation. But Abominable is basically chosen right in terms of what a side project should be. And yes, and also yes, I gotta admit, guys, I did share a tear in this film in a certain scene. The scene where Yi plays the violin, and then everything like turns into magic did make me tear up. And speaking of that Yi name drop, I gotta say, Yi is one of my absolute favorite DreamWorks characters. Yes, I'll admit that I am a sucker for Asian female characters. I mean, I love Asians, but and I did have a crush on Yi when I was like back when the movie came out. But I mean, it's just that I was like around her age back then. Um, a part of me still does, but at the same time, I want to be a little more careful on who I have a crush on. I don't want to be a pedophile. So yeah, but he's probably one of the most adorable characters. But not only is she not only do I love her because she's adorable and cute, but she is a fleshed out and well developed character with some relatability put into her. Her characterization is what made the film as great as it is. In fact, the first 20 minutes where we see Yi living her life, doing various jobs and having troubles with family is probably my favorite part of the film, besides the violin. Besides the magic violin scene I just mentioned. Oh yeah, as well as the climax, which was badass. Yeah, there was actually some girl power in the climax. There was this one girl boss moment where he uses the magic violin to strike the truck and waking and giving Everest some magic powers. Yeah, that was cool right there. And yeah, the other characters are also really good too. Yeah, I mean Peng is okay. I mean I like Peng, but yeah, he's cute. But I think besides Yi, Jin would be another one of my favorite characters in the film. Yeah, Jin is a badass. Yeah. In fact, I like the scene where Jin yeah, how do I say this? Yeah, I like the scene where Jin would when Jin like runs into the forest and yeah, he pretty much gets separated from Yi and Peng. He like pretty much runs through the wild to get to the market that he told Yi and Peng to go to, and he just like constantly runs and runs and runs all around the forest, like just yelling. And yeah, that was actually quite badass. And yeah, as for my thoughts on the animation, yes, I will admit that it is noticeable that the animation does have a low budget. And yes, guys, I said low budget and not cheap because this movie does not look cheap at all. It's still very good, very beautiful animation. I actually do think that the movie works well as low works well with a low budget. And yeah, and if you guys know me so well, you all know that I defend animations like this. Yeah, I defend. Yeah, how do I say this? Yeah, I'm sure you guys know that I defend animations that look very no, smooth and realistic animation styles. And yes, this movie isn't really quite realistic, but it's still like beautifully done. So yeah. So overall, while Abominable may not be a perfect film and among the top 10 best DreamWorks films ever, it is one of the most underrated DreamWorks films, and dare I say, it is better than any of the 2020s DreamWorks flicks. Well, until the White Robot. I mean, while the film does have weak writing of the villains, it has a well executed story that shouldn't have worked, but it did. One of the best DreamWorks protagonists with Yi, and it has emotionally resonating moments and all around just heartwarming, fun, and enjoyable. A very harmless flick. Yeah, I wish that people would stop hating on this film just because of a quote unquote unoriginal story. Yes, it is a step down from How to Train Dragon: The Hidden World. No denying about that. But like what I said, it is better than the preceding DreamWorks films, especially 2020, which I personally think is the worst DreamWorks year. Well, 2020, 2021 is they are the absolute worst DreamWorks films. And if you ask me what about 2023, well, I don't think Ruby Gilman TH Kraken is bad. I will say that. So with that said, guys, I'm going to give Abominable a 4.5 stars out of 5 Trust me, it came very close to getting 5 stars, but it is a near perfect film. So also for my review of Abominable, what are your thoughts on the film? Who agrees with me that this is one of the best, no, not best, but one of the most underrated DreamWorks films to date? Or do you agree that this was just a generic and cliche animated flick? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for, oh boy, a video that's gonna get me a lot of controversy. My rant on the most overrated movie of 2014, The Box Trolls. So yeah, bye guys.